I'm here to torture fan sane once again with another Scream fan film.
Why? Why do you keep doing this to me?
And it's not really because the fan films are terrible or anything, but it's another Scream focused one.
I have talked Scream. Oh my god, I have talked Scream so many times.
This man he is out of breath, all the screaming, talking with Scream. Oh jeez. Yep. This is by Full Stop Films. They got like 6,000 subscribers. This was released 3 months ago. It's got 5K views. It's called Scream Director's Cut, a fan film, and we're just gonna bulldoze in here so we can start this puppy.
All right, bye.
Rush? Is that a Rush shirt?
We'll probably see him when he turns around. He's gonna get ghost-faced.
Ghost faces. It's a picture of a roof. No,
not roof. My nightmare. Fuck you.
I will hand it to him. Usually, it starts with a woman, so
that's true. Having a male,
a bit of a change of pace here.
That's true. Starting with the male is risky.
It's something different.
Hey, yo.
But does he identify as male? I'll admit, like, I'm intrigued to see what they're going to try to do. Yeah. I guess. I'm not that invested really yet, but I'm expecting because we know the tropes of Scream, and so I'm trying to see how they might try to subvert it or try to do it.
It's weird we haven't heard the voice yet. So
that's true.
And
there hasn't been a typical communication of, I'm gonna get you.
That's not even the best part.
There
you go.
Where are you hiding at?
Don't you know you're not supposed to ask that?
Why not?
Okay, look. It's been a long night, and I'd like to get my money and go home now.
I thought we were having fun.
Not really, man.
It really doesn't seem as threatening because this guy seems like he's a bit of a dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he could handle himself.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel threatening.
Yeah, in a way, I kind of agree. I'm kind of like, if a guy were to come out and try to kill him, especially, there's nowhere out of here he can pop out of nowhere because he's in the center of an exposed room. I'm kind of like, I don't know. This dude could probably kick your ass, maybe. I think that's what you just explained, why it makes sense, why they typically go with women to start with that.
Typically,
more.
I know it might offend some people, but typically you start with the woman in a horror movie because they're easy prey. I know that sounds bad, but that's the truth of the matter. But
they're statistically easier.
Statistically, yes. And but as the movie progresses and you see the killer and what they're capable of, that's when you start throwing in the men. And you can see they can kill the men as well. But it's like this dude here. I feel like this dude could probably kick some ass.
Well, that's what I feel like. Plus the women are usually in like a comfortable setting. Like they're in their home or their car. They're in a place where they feel pretty safe. He's in a place where you shouldn't likely feel safe. Typically.
Right, but I will say I'm digging the setup and using a man. I'm interested. It has got me interested to see how they do handle this.
Yeah, I mean, if you just get stabbed and it's like you died, bro, I feel like, well, that was kind of underwhelming. But you had me up there with it. Yeah, so we'll see what they do.
Yeah.
Too bad. I'll cut to the chase then.
Hello. Oh. Oh shit.
Okay, see.
Dude, yes. Yeah.
So, I mean, when the Ghostface guy came out behind him, though, it was kind of like... I waited for him to slug him before he got there because he was coming pretty slow.
Like, I don't get why he's like doing the Looney Tunes, but he's not doing it quietly. He's like, you could hear his footsteps really easily. He's like,
I know, but at least like he slugged the dude pretty hard. That's what I was saying. But
you nailed it on that one first. I mean, that looks like the first solid punch on a Ghostface face, just like boom. Like, imagine if that happened to the chick in Scream 4 or 5. Like, laid out. They're done. Clock them out. They're done.
Exactly.
I feel like he should have finished off the Ghostface right there, or take the mask off and be like, "Bitch, fuck you."
I would say that Ghostface probably had a concussion there.
I mean, and this guy, to be fair, I guess, did just get stabbed. So that probably hurts.
He did, but I mean, that was a pretty good punch.
That was a good, really good,
solid.
Like you wouldn't have to be running for your life if you weren't dealing with this, but
it's pretty solid.
I guess this is part of the horror too. I mean, he's at like a really top floor of a parking garage, so like he's got to get from to to fro. He's at where nobody else is around, and it'll take a while and a lot of energy to get down or up or whatever or whichever. What floor? Yeah, he's going up. Wait, there's an elevator he could have taken. Hey. The head turn, I wonder, is that a real, like a character thing for the people in it, or is that just a trope of the ghost face?
Well, I would say that's more or less from the Michael Myers.
Because I'm just like, that doesn't seem, especially when we look at Ghostface being different people each time. I'm like, why would that be like a...
It's kind of a thing because like Nick Castle, who was the original Michael Myers, he did like the little head turn like look thing, and when he stabbed the guy to the wall, and he does that, and it's sort of become his signature, so he does it as well. But it's Kevin Williamson who wrote Scream. One of his all-time favorite movies is Halloween. He created his own Halloween, is what he's created. And
that's what you wish more people would do these days instead of the constant sequel reboot stuff that they do, right?
Right. I mean,
make your own version of the thing you like, and then have that.
You can use your inspiration. Like Scream is heavily inspired by horror movies. It's so meta. It's become its own metaverse now. But like I just watched the Terrifier movies, which I think is like sort of the next evolution in slasher movies, which is like gore 80s slasher horror movies done in a bit of a different way. I think that's maybe where you need to go. So
like, so
the head turn is like, that comes from Michael Myers, and then it kind of became a staple of the Scream. It's just something they do.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
It just, to me, is sometimes like I can see that with some people trying to be funny, like, you kidding me, bro? But I don't know. Yes.
I don't see how this guy can lose,
dude.
I mean, he did get stabbed, so he is losing blood. But
so he's gonna be getting weaker now. All he threw his movies at him.
He's got all the Scream movies.
I see. Like, I'm only disappointed that the guy doesn't finish Ghostface off. That's it. Because it's like, oh, you wouldn't have to worry about being pursued.
Finish the job.
Kill this foe. You're like, man, I'm tired of being Ghostface. Getting my ass kicked. I mean, I guess you're stabbed and you're gonna go to your car to drive.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do something to get out of there, right?
Well, yeah, but you had a phone.
You're not thinking. You just got stabbed. You just got attacked. You punch this dude out. You're trying to get to your car. You want to feel safe. You want to get out of there. Even if you have a phone, you want to get out of there.
I guess so. Because I'm just trying to imagine. He's got to drive while he's injured in a narrow parking garage. I'm just imagining that not working out so well. But that's just. But you're right. I mean, he is. I feel like his state right now kind of backs up my point. He can barely.
But walk. I mean, when you're in a situation like that, you don't typically think clearly.
Oh, I need keys to drive. Fuck.
He left my car.
Who leaves their keys in the car?
What do you want, man?
I want to show you how a real director thinks.
And he's dead.
Yes, you're advancing. No.
Oh, clever.
Shit. But did you get that part when he fell on the ground on tape? No, I missed the shot. That's like
man, I wanted to stab him. I didn't mean to throw him.
Killjoy Jake's fan film kind of did that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't recording? You left the lens back on? Oh, you see, I read it as the director's cut of Scream, but no, it's the director's cut. I got you there. You got.
That was clever. Okay. I liked it.
That was all right. Yeah, that was a nice,
too bad.
Brief. Nice brief.
I still kind of think that dude Once he knocked him out, I don't think the Ghostface guy would have been thinking clearly either.
The fact the guy got back up so easily, he should be like, oh, bro, I'm not 100% now.
Right. I give him props for just starting with a dude there and seeing how that can go, because like we said, you typically don't start with a dude, especially a dude that looks like he could actually handle himself a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like even if it was a woman, and even if she's like a strong woman, I feel like there would still be a sense of like, they would have a fear, even if they're trying to not show it. It's still sort of there because they don't see who it is, and they're in a very vulnerable area in the public and stuff.
Yeah.
And at night. And so it's like typically not going to be good news for you, whatever it is. So like there would be that. But with this guy, I was like, bro, what are you doing? It's very different, which is why if this was like an opening for a movie, I feel like a lot of people would be not as invested in it because it isn't like what you're saying. Maybe they would be because that's a trope now, essentially.
It could be a shocking opening. It could be, but also that sort of felt like it was maybe the third or fourth killing in a movie, not so much the opening.
Right. But this is what it led to, sort of.
But we do have like shocking, like with Drew Barrymore, the opening that was actually shocking at the time of its release. People didn't expect that. So maybe opening like that would be a bit of a shock as well too. So
I think so. In the description, he says this is a fan film of Scream and has no ties to the thing. This is made for fans of Scream by fans of Scream. Yeah. I thought it's gonna have information on like the film process on there, but yeah, that's actually all right.
Yeah.
Some people say in the comments here that he thinks Ghostface is the scariest slasher because he's the most realistic. I mean, in a way, that might be why I don't think that's accurate necessarily, but I'll admit, like, for me, when I was starting to try to get into horror stuff and like seeing slashers, I did gravitate to Scream first. I don't know. I don't think that's why specifically, because Ghostface is the most realistic, but it's the easiest to understand. Maybe like you can.
I would say that Ghostface is a gateway, what we call gateway horror.
Yeah,
it gets you into horror. It's easy to digest. It's easy to take in. It's easy to follow, and it gives you the horror tropes right off the bat and explains it to you in the movie. So yes, it's gateway horror.
It's first one to watch, and then you can watch your other stuff. It's I assume it's like anime. It's like Dragon Ball is your gateway into the anime or something. People would say with that kind of thing. But, I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I would say he's the scariest. I've seen some pretty gnarly movies, pretty gnarly scary guys.
I wouldn't say. Well, I mean, immediately Freddy Krueger, I think, is like way freaking more. Scary, I mean, he enters your subconscious basically. You can't control that. That's your subconscious. You don't have control there. So it's like that's some creepy shit to me, man. Like that takes that cake. But yeah, Scream is the first one where I got into it, and it has allowed me to try to feel out some other ones. So that's what it's for. I don't think it's scariest.
I mean, the first couple maybe because of because it is sort of like, oh crap, this are real people. Well, not real people, but you know what I mean? Like this is not a supernatural killer like Michael Myers, Freddy, Jason. This is a human being killing people. And yet that is scary. I would say like the first two Scream movies, it feels that scary. But by the time you get to 3, 4, 5, and 6, they're no longer that scary.
And the first couple, it's no longer. These are people that love movies as well, that are the characters, and they're in a thing that isn't a movie, but it because people are dying for real, but it's structured like a movie sort of for them in the way that the killings happen.
Yes.
So it's like that is weird to them. Probably it's like what? And so for us watching it with all of that, there's a lot there. It's very layered.
Yeah,
but it is probably the simplest of the slashers, I would say. But that was a nice little one. I wouldn't say that was like fantastic, but I think that was creative. And if that was for a film class, even I'd say that's a really nice. Little one.
I mean, it was clever, nice little twist on it. And,
our main thing is we think that the main guy could have easily killed Ghostface because
he's a little masculine.
Yeah, I mean, not just the punch, but he clonked his head on the pavement, and then
I mean, he'd be concussed.
Yeah, dude, like freaking he's got the advantage there. If anything, got the body for it. But imagine, see what would made it worse if they unmasked it and it's a skinny little girl or something, like in Scream 5, like a Scream 5, exactly. Yeah, I'd be like, no, you're fucked. No, thank you. No, but yeah, I don't really have much more to say on that one. It's pretty simple, basic, straight to the point with it. Yeah, essentially,
it was clever. I do love. I think this is the second one we've done. I do love the fact that they are like these fan films with the Scream here are taking like the opening scene of the movie and trying to create their own shocking style opening scene. Like we watched the one before. I don't know if you're ever going to put it up or not, but where it was set at Christmas time. Yeah, it was set up at Christmas time, even though it was using the dialogue from Scream 2. It's just using that same dialogue, just acting it in a different situation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could have done it better with the dialogue, but I love the fact that these people are trying to create an opening similar to Scream to shock you. I like that.
Exactly. It's the kind of thing that would give you hope. Like if competent writers were writing the rest of the Scream movies, the sequels and stuff, that it could technically be the type of series that goes on for a long time. But then we see what it is, and it's never anything to write home about. So
right.
Yeah. But yeah, with that, we'll see you guys on the next one.